Chris Pine, hello from Australia and welcome to the project.
Hey, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, thank you. I feel like a lot of people come to D&D like in their teenage years.
Yeah.
And I hope you don't find this offensive, but you seem too handsome to have come to D&D in your teenage years. Were you like a nerd as a kid?
My experience with board games is that when I was a kid, my father and my whole family used to play Chinese checkers. And I have a very distinct memory of my father being very close on the board like this and looking at his piece and then looking up at me right before he was about to basically decimate my board. So I think I have a little PTSD from board games. I then tried to play Zelda and was horrendous at Zelda. So my not playing Dungeons and Dragons had way more to do with my feeling of being absolutely inept at board games more than anything else. But I was a pretty shy kid, and I kind of went back and forth between being extroverted and the clown and being incredibly introverted. But I played baseball, and basketball was kind of my outlet, and then found theater, and I found my gang of people later on.
What was your first experience with Dungeons and Dragons then?
It was through my nephew. My nephew is 13, and he's played with the same group of kids for 5 or 6 years with the same dungeon masters, these two awesome guys. So when I got the script around the same time, he was over at my house playing with his friends, and I watched them and I was stunned by how joyful it was, how creative it was, how innovative and improvisational it was. It really resonated with me, and it reminds me a lot of acting, quite honestly. It's just basically, you know, yes and the great fundamental of good improv.
Speaking of improv, was there anything that you like pitched in the moment, just, hey, can I try this? And then it like bombed on set or crushed but didn't make it into the film?
As actors, we have an incredible facility to forget everything that didn't work and just remember what did, because to remember what didn't work would be deeply, deeply mortifying and probably just sap any passion to try to do it again. One must always be brave enough to try.
Brave, bold, and a little daft,
Great.
Chris's character in Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves brings together a wily team of heroes to retrieve a lost relic.
What is it exactly that you bring to this?
I'm a planner. I make plans.
You've already made the plan, so
If the existing plan fails, I make a new plan.
you make plans that fail.
No,
He also plays the lute.
not relevant.
But things go, well, badly when they help the wrong person and steal the wrong thing.
We didn't mean to unleash the greatest evil the world has ever known. But we're gonna fix it.
So how do we pull that off? Figure it out over a drink?
Probably best.
The movie is, in essence, like a heist film. If Chris Pine was joining a heist team, what sort of skills are you bringing to the heist? Are you a planner in real life?
Oh, no. No. Which is ironic, because I think I'm a Virgo, and apparently Virgos are great planners and very organized.
Interesting.
I'm not bringing a whole lot to the table.
Really? Okay.
No, I mean, look, I'm an actor, you know, so...
You've got some chameleon qualities then, you know? You could bring that to the table.
This is why I think I was probably well cast as a bard. I lie for a living. This is my job, is to pull the wool over people's eyes. So, yeah.
This I give you now, trusting that you will protect it with your very life.
I will.
Hold this.
Do I know how to plumb? No, but I can pretend to be a plumber.
Of course. That's the dream.
I don't know what plumbing has to do with Dungeons and Dragons, but, you know.
Before we let you go, I need to ask, is it true that your fans call themselves Pine Nuts?
Yeah, the best fans on the planet have a great name and incredible taste in actors. And I'm very proud of them, the good old Pine Nuts.
Chris Pine, thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us, and congratulations on the film. We'll talk to you real soon.
My pleasure.
Great interview. A really great interview. I'm not saying that sarcastically at all. What I'm now saying is you have the most popular D&D podcast in the country. Why didn't you bring that up with Mr. Pine?
Because I feel like he wouldn't be interested. Like he was very professional and everything, but I feel like he was probably there to more talk about movies more than me being like, your armor class. Like, who cares? You know, I'm not gonna ask about magic swords and stuff. Anyway, Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves hits cinemas next Thursday, the 30th of March.